All right, today we're doing 3 miles, zone 2. We're almost at a quarter mile.
Total distance quarter of a mile. Total time 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Burned 33 calories. Average pace 13 minutes 30 seconds per mile. Current pace 12 minutes 17 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 118 beats per minute. Time of day 5:04. Split pace 13 minutes 32 seconds per mile.
Okay, thank you. The reason why the heart rate was so high is because I was kind of jogging or fast walking a little bit just to get it up. Trying to stay again between 103 and 120. Right now it's dipping down to 104. We'll try to keep it above that. Let me check the weather and I'll get right back. All right, later. All right. Temperature is 89, it feels like 92, 46% humidity, and we're almost at a half a mile. So heart rate 107. I was jogging a little bit. It's hard with this fucking vest, but got it up to 122. Like I said, we're gonna try to keep it below 120 just to keep it within that zone 2 area. Okay, like I said, almost at a half mile. Today we're doing 3 miles. I was gonna do 4, but I'm gonna try to keep 3 miles under 45 minutes. Under 45 minutes, so we'll see how that works out.
Total distance half a mile. Total time 7 minutes and 7 seconds. Burned 60 calories. Average pace 14 minutes 12 seconds per mile. Current pace 16 minutes 55 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 102 beats per minute. Time of day 5:08. Split pace 14 minutes 54 seconds per mile.
Alright, we are almost at 3/4 of a mile. Heart rate jumped to 127. Right now it's at 106. And breathing easy. So it's like a brisk walk. Speeding up when I can to keep it over 103 because sometimes it dips down to 102. And
total distance 3/4 of a mile. Total time 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Burned 91 calories. Average pace 14 minutes 6 seconds per mile. Current pace 15 minutes 47 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 108 beats per minute. Time of day 5:12. Split pace 13 minutes 54 seconds per mile.
Okay. Yep, see, dipped down to 102. Ah, man, this is wreaks havoc on the fucking on the knees, but we're doing it. Okay, 112. Gotta stay within that range. So, okay. 2.25 miles to go. And like I said, this is an experiment, man. You never know what works out for you unless you try different things. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, man. I used to be a personal trainer and I thought everything was cookie cutter, but it's not, man. Bodies are different, people are different. The response to the stimulus is gonna be different, so cookie cutter workouts, I gave up on those, man, especially for myself. We just passed a mile. I don't know if you guys can hear me with all this traffic, but the pace was about 14:24, something like that. And heart rate got up to 125, but quickly lowered after I stopped jogging or speed walking, whatever you want to call it, down to 109. So still keeping it in that range. Like I was saying, I used to love working out, but these workouts aren't all cookie cutter anymore for me. You know, bench one day and then back, legs. I kind of do what I can, throw whatever I can in the mix. Like I said, my range of motion and limitations dictate what I can do and what I can't do. So, all right, my heart rate's getting down to 99. So, see, man, I told you, like that. When it's like humid out there, my heart rate fucking jumps, even when I'm walking. So it's like hard to breathe. in this humidity, so that brings my heart rate up quick. So yeah, this is like a walk in the park with the low humidity at 46. I mean, I still feel it, but okay, we're at 1.14. Oh man, this is going so slow. But like I said, it's an experiment, so we're gonna try it out and see what it does for us on our runs. My next run, I'm gonna try to run in about 2 days. I'm gonna do 4 miles. Tomorrow I might hit up the bike. No, tomorrow I will hit up the bike. I'm gonna do, I hate to say I'm gonna try, because what does Yoda say? You must not try, you must do, or some shit like that. And it's a fucking Yoda-ese. But so I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna do 7 miles. So 7 miles I'm gonna try to do in, because 6 miles I do in like 23. So 7 miles, I'm gonna try to do it under 26. So I'm gonna try to haul ass in that 7 miles. But okay, heart rate is at 104. Ooh, try to pick it up a little bit. Still staying in that zone. Oh man. Like I said, this is like an experiment for me. Alright, 120. 121. Not too much out of the zone. There we go, 1.25 miles.
Total distance 1.25 miles. Total time 18 minutes and 14 seconds. Burned 142 calories. Average pace 14 minutes 35 seconds per mile. Current pace 15 minutes 54 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 121 beats per minute. Time of day 5:19. Split pace 16 minutes 3 seconds per mile.
So while I'm doing this, it's like a walk jog. It's giving me a better pace as well, because I think the last time for the 1.5 miles, my pace was like at 16:25, 16:30, something like that. Right now it says my average pace is 14:39. So heart rate 109 right now, 111. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. I don't know if you can notice, but the sweat is dripping. And thank God we got a little breeze going. Kind of helps out a little bit. But I'll hit up the bike tomorrow, because it's sort of like a recovery from this. Not too much, not too high impact on the joints. Because last time, even though it was 1.5 miles, shoot man, my ankles were hurting. The lateral aspect of my left ankle was hurting, so I had to stretch it out, massage it a little bit. I guess it's just new movement, and my body's not used to it, so we'll have to get it used to it, because this is going to go on at least for the next 2-3 months, just to see how it works out for us. All right, we've been at it for about 20 minutes now. Average pace 14:48, it's going up. So heart rate 102. Shit, it's dipping too low. All right. See you at 1.5 miles. All right, almost at 1.5 miles. There we go.
Total distance 1.5 miles. Total time 22 minutes and 15 seconds. Burnt 165 calories. Average pace 14 minutes 49 seconds per mile. Current pace 15 minutes 39 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 116 beats per minute. Time of day 5:23. Split pace 16 minutes 2 seconds per mile.
Okay. Halfway done. We're at 22 minutes, 40 seconds ish. Heart rate right now is 109. Still within range. Sometimes I gotta pick up the pace, but haven't been below 102 since I started. Well, yeah, 102 since I started. So I think I need more weight so I could keep it at a brisk walk rather than jog walking. But who knows, we'll see. But like I was saying, yeah, my body, my ankles were hurting and my knees were hurting and my flexors were hurting. And I tell you what, back in the military when you used to ruck, man, that shit would wreak havoc on your hip flexors. And it was hard to get used to it, because rucking just sucks. But it builds that lower body, keeps your legs strong, builds your core, and helps out with the cardio too. But I'll tell you what, man, on those 8-mile ruck, 10-mile rucks, it sucks when you gotta pee, because you're pissing on yourself. And that's what I feel like doing right now. You know? I've done it before, but I'm not gonna do it around here. So, anyway, we'll see you at 1 mile and 7.75 later. All right, almost at 1 mile and 3/4. You know, it's also good that I introduced this to my regimen, because it's something new. You know, sometimes your body gets used to what it's been doing for a while and you plateau. So, especially at my age, I guess new things are always good. Or at any age, to be honest with you. New things are always good for the body. This way your body adapts, gets stronger, and then when it gets used to that stimulus, you gotta switch it up again. And you could always go back to old routines, but you try not to get stagnant like some of these weightlifters
Total
do.
distance 1 3/4 miles. Total time 26 minutes and 18 seconds. Burned 187 calories. Average pace 15 minutes 2 seconds per mile. Current pace 15 minutes 15 seconds per. Split pace 16 minutes 17 seconds per mile.
All right. Yeah, we had to step it up a little while ago because we went down to 99 beats per minute. So right now it's at 102. So yeah, my knees. You know, while I've been doing this training, I've been taking magnesium, which is something that I guess, I don't know, I guess I've been lacking it. Looking at my diet and the foods that I eat, and I guess I'm magnesium deficient. Who knows what else I'm deficient in, but see how that's working too. Started taking the magnesium glycinate, I think, from Now Sports Nutrition. And then I started taking zinc too. I started taking zinc because during COVID they said, I was reading that zinc helps in some bodily functions and with immunity as well, so I started taking that as well. So I take that daily, and then I started taking a multivitamin too. It's one of those whole food multivitamins for any deficiencies I may have in my diet. Dying to cross. Any deficiencies I may have in my diet. So yeah. Okay. 111, 112. Okay. I'll tell you what, overall, it's a really nice day out here. I got done with work. Came home after about an hour and 15-minute car ride. Man, that's the worst part of my day, is just that fucking car ride. Just being stuck in the car and dealing with fucking idiots on the road. And then got home. And then I did some chest. I don't do too much for chest. I do band workout, and then I do wall push-ups because of my shoulders. But I'm trying to get my body used to it, and other things. So we're almost at 2 miles right now. We got almost 30 minutes on the clock. Clouds are rolling in, covering that sun. So I think we're doing all right. I might have to speed it up a little bit. Oh man. Oh yeah. Okay. 110, 111. There we go, 2 miles.
Total distance 2 miles. Total time 30 minutes and 29 seconds. Burn 214 calories. Average pace 15 minutes 15 seconds per mile. Current pace 16 minutes 46 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 113 beats per minute. Time of day 5:31. Split pace 16 minutes 44 seconds per mile.
So tonight is pizza night. So I'll have a couple of slices of pizza, but I'll make myself a burger as well. I bought this Piedmontese beef, and it's just a specific type of cow. It's like that really muscular cow. It tastes okay. I don't know if I'm going to continue buying it, but it does come out to be cheaper than the beef I buy in the store. Right now it's a 85-15 blend, so I might have to buy the more liter one just because of the saturated fat and cholesterol level. So yeah, I'm attacking this this lifestyle at various angles right now, with working out and nutrition especially. So I'm trying to eat leaner meats, trying to incorporate more chicken, and not just the breasts. I like the thighs, and I'll take some drumsticks because I'll be honest, the thighs and the drumsticks are where the flavor is at, because of the fat and the type of muscle. So if I do eat chicken breast, it's going to be I'll make some chicken parm with some mozzarella and some paleo mozzarella and some carbone sauce, because it takes a while to make Sunday sauce. So I don't do that anymore. My kids really don't eat the meatballs. So yeah, I incorporated some more salmon. It's Atlantic salmon. I buy the frozen kind. So with 2 of those and the breading, I think it comes out to 35 grams of protein and I think 30 grams of carbs or something. I gotta look at it again. But that's what I had for lunch today. Some salmon, oranges, and of course my chocolate, the Unreal bars. If you don't know about those, you better go and find out. Those are really good. And that's something I probably won't give up for a while. But, all right, dipping below that 103. So we gotta hustle. See you in a little bit.
4 minutes and 27 seconds. Burn 240 calories. Average pace 15 minutes 19 seconds per mile. Current pace 14 minutes 25 seconds per mile. Current heart rate 120 beats per minute. Time of day 5:35. Split pace 15 minutes 50 seconds per mile.
All right. We got 3/4 of a mile to go. And so far, so good. It is 5:36. So when we get home, make those burgers. I'll probably have 2 patties. Start with like a 1/4 pound. Who knows what they condense down or lose in the cooking process. But it probably won't be a quarter pound after it's cooked. So we'll eat that and maybe a couple of slices of pizza, and then relax, post a video, go to bed, maybe make love to the wife. And then wake up early, do some overtime at work, and then because right now we have mandatory overtime, and then hit up that bike ride, and then spend some time with the kids if they want, if they're not with their friends, see if they want to do something. But that's pretty much what my life boils down to right now. Work out, family, not particularly in that order, but whatever. Gotta pay the bills right now. So, and we gotta train for that duathlon. So, when I'm not training for anything, I'll just probably hit up a workout with the bands that I have and whatever I can do, jogging, and depending on how I feel. But I'm actually posting these videos so I can keep track of my workouts, see my progression, and adjust as necessary. Because eventually I want to win a fucking race, you know? Especially in my fucking age group. So that's a goal of mine. Like I said, I have a duathlon coming up in a little less than 2 months, and then I signed up for one in November. I gotta check the date. I think it's in November. So I got 2 for the rest of this year. I may sign up for another one depending on how much it costs and when it is. But I don't know, man. It feels good to, like, especially after the race. It's like that high. You gotta watch that first video before I started these episodes, these training episodes. It's just a high. You know, I don't really get it during training anymore, but I definitely get it after the races. It feels fucking great. It's like a drug, you know. Not that I know what drugs feel like, but I could just imagine, you know, just little things, little steps to become better, not only for myself but for my family, you know, just life in general. I mean, I don't even know why I was drinking. I think I was just doing it just to fucking fit in and get myself loose. Now, shit, man, I don't even fucking go out, you know, so drinking's not even a part of my life anymore.
Total distance 2.5 miles. Total time 38 minutes and 49 seconds. Burn 267 calories. Average pace 15 minutes 32 seconds per mile. Current pace 17 minutes per mile. Current heart rate 107 beats per minute. Time of day 5:40. Split pace 17 minutes 31 seconds per mile.
So it's those little things that you do that make a big difference, like drinking. I'll be honest, man, it wasn't hard for me to stop. You know, I have a drink every now and then. Sometimes we go to Disney. My in-laws, they like margaritas, so sometimes I'll have a I don't know, a drink or a margarita or something. But I'll be honest, man, I don't fucking miss it. My dad used to drink a lot, and it turned him into a fucking totally different person. And I know how I get when I have too many drinks, so it's not even worth it. But like I was saying, little things like that, you know, cut out in your life, cut out the distractions, replace them with better habits. 'Cause that's basically what it is. It's just a habit now, working out, for me at least. little by little, just becomes a lifestyle, you know. Based on your limitations, you can do what you got to do. I'm not saying you have to go fucking run a marathon, but at my age, every little bit counts. The good things that I incorporate and then the bad things that I take out, they all add up. I know they do. So it's just a matter of tweaking here and there for me right now. But I'll tell you what, I feel that blood pumping in my calves right now. Or maybe it's just the swelling in my knees that are going down to my calves. I'm just kidding. But, all right, we'll see you at 2 3/4. All right, we just hit up 2 3/4. Heart rate at 105. I'm gonna pick it up just a little bit. Right now it says the average pace is 15:36. Total time 43 minutes. We're at 2.81 miles. All right, heart rate at 119, 120. All right. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, so I kind of figured out what the optimal pace is just to keep it at 103. So, but as I was saying, little things that you incorporate in your life add up to big things. Key factor is consistency. You just got to keep at it. I know I was listening to a podcast where I think it was Simon Sinek. He was saying, yeah, you go to the gym one day, you don't see anything. You go to the gym 2 days, and you still don't see anything. A week, probably nothing. But you go there a month, 2 months, 3 months. 3 months becomes 4 months, and so on and so forth. And that's when you start seeing the changes. You know, some people look at themselves every day. You know, I see myself every day, and sometimes I don't see the changes, but someone else will. You know, but it's those compounding actions you take that will make you way better in the future. You just got to stick with it. And that's the thing, that's where people fail. It's just being consistent. You know, I was guilty of it too, but now I'm trying to push myself and be consistent, come up with new training. All right, see you at 3 miles. Okay, we are at 3 miles in 3, 2, 1.
Total distance 3 miles. Total time 46 minutes and 46 seconds. Burn 320 calories. Average pace 15 minutes 36 seconds per mile. Current pace 15 minutes 23 seconds per mile. Current pace 107 beats per minute. Time of day 5:48. Split pace 15 minutes 44 seconds per mile. Workout paused.
15 minutes and 36 seconds overall. The average pace 46:56. Total time. Doesn't say average heart rate here, but it says we got in 5,600 steps. Oh, average heart rate 109. That's not bad. Max heart rate 131. Damn. But I didn't even notice that number, so I must have lowered it real quick. Okay. Then it goes average pace 1524. Calories 321. And that's it. Feel okay? Actually, I feel like I can go on and on and on, but my shoulders are starting to hurt from this vest and my neck. So I tell you, it just takes some getting used to, man. You know, I try to put myself in uncomfortable workouts just so my body can get used to it. And I'll tell you what, it makes you more resilient in other aspects of your life. So I kind of fallen in love with the fucking pain of working out. But it's not like I enjoy the pain of sitting in front of a fucking computer screen all day. But well, like I said, it pays the bills. And I'm actually helping veterans, however you want to say it. But Anyway, I hope you guys are getting off your ass, you know, doing something. Just not Netflix and chill. Doing some sort of movement, whether even if it's walking, wall push-ups, you know, something, bicep curls. Sometimes I just sit down and do bicep curls. Just something. Get yourself some bands, do some band workouts. Just something. I hope you guys are getting out there and actually move and get that heart rate up and making it happen. You know, be consistent with it, stick with it, because those actions do compound later on, and your older self will thank you. All right, see you guys in the next video.